Well, hello. More content. Can you believe it? I hope you're all doing really well. And we're back here on a Tuesday morning to discuss the breaking news. I won't be here for a long time, don't you worry. But I thought I'd go live with you guys because you've missed out on my mug for the best part of a week and a bit now because I've been ill. So here we go. If you didn't catch the stream last night, make sure you go back and check out the hour and 20 long monologue that I provided. We'll have more stuff on the Patreon as well this week. Can't wait to get into some Patreon content, definitely with my dad as well. So if you want some bonus content, check that out, everyone. Excuse me, I'm just going to die a sec. But we're here to discuss Leeds United's managerial search, the imminent sacking of Javi Gracia, and the looking like appointment of Big Sam Allardyce. Yes, everybody, William Hill's own Sam Allardyce, according to Phil Hay and multiple sources. The Times, it's the back page of the Times today as well, that Leeds are getting ready to sack Gracia and bring in Big Sam Allardyce, who has been touting his name all across William Hill and saying, I would do it as a Leeds manager, I would do it. And doesn't it just amplify everything that we were talking about yesterday when it comes to professionalism, when it comes to the right things going on at the club? That I'm not saying Big Sam is a bad appointment for 4 games, but what I am saying is Big Sam's almost given job interviews on William Hill, and best believe a certain someone will have been listening to that, and probably why he's the favourite, which that is the vetting process, I should say, at Leeds United at this moment in time. I'm just here to test the waters. It's actually embarrassing, isn't it, says Hannah. The whole club itself really old. Saying be careful what you wish for. Bielsa to Big Sam, God, we are in big trouble. To be fair, Big Sam would do it. Jay says Big Sam, not sure how to feel. Bielsa to Allardyce in 18 months. We're gone anyway, says Peter Bull. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Gin Funk says you seem more upbeat today, mate. Can't be less upbeat than yesterday, mate. So yeah, tune in on my way to work for anything one Leeds. Demar, top man. I remember you from the start, buddy. So yeah, as Leeds East has said, it can't be any worse, and that's where I'm kind of at, mate. I'm just, when you look at the affairs that are going on with Leeds at the minute, I'm just sat there with almost like a wry smile because I'm just ready to tear up the book and start again. But I'm just sat there going, all right, Allardyce, Allardyce, okay. So it's just, I know for 4 games. There's potential that he's going to come in and put us to the 4-4-2, hoofing the ball to Bamford and Rodrigo playing off him and all this sort of stuff. But listen, is it a positive? I guess it's a new face. Get it done now, Radbrazani. Please, just get it done now. If you are to do it, let's not dilly-dally on the whole thing like we were doing for the entire Gracia appointment when he was about 48th choice. Can we just get this sorted now? So at least if Allardyce is coming in, he's going to be working with the players as soon as possible. But I mean, listen, if he loses to Man City 3-0, that's a success. It's a success because I am fully expecting, with Javi Gracia in charge, this is no word of a lie, I swear on everything that means so much to me in my life, I am expecting Leeds to get drubbed 10-0. I promise you that is what I am expecting. Unless the good graces of football mean that Pep Guardiola takes, Mahrez off or Haaland off or whoever off and puts Cole Palmer in there and a couple of others. But I still believe that group of players, even their City's third in line, would get 2 or 3 against us. But the good graces, the football gods, hopefully Pep Guardiola feels sorry for us for that just tiny bit of time that Bielsa was in charge of this club. But anybody to come in and plug any necessary gap is okay with me. I mean, Allardyce long term, I probably, wouldn't support Leeds anymore. I'd just go into hiding. But Sam Allardyce for a 4-game period, if anything else, it'll be funny, won't it? It'll be funny. I mean, Sam Allardyce. Oh, good God, how it's fallen, everyone. And listen, if we don't laugh, we'll cry. But how it has fallen, good God, how if you were to tell me that when Big Sam took West Bromwich Albion down with Sammy Lee, and Sammy Lee was asking for Marcelo Bielsa's coat at the end of the game, and Leeds had just come off a season of beating West Bromwich Albion on aggregate 8-1, if you'd have said to me, Connor, this is how Leeds end in the Premier League with Big Sam in charge with 4 games left at the Etihad and against Newcastle at Ellen Road and Tottenham at Ellen Road, I'd have said, oh yeah, I could see that, because I'm a pessimistic, negative git who has never trusted this ownership. So I could see it imploding. Not like this, but I wouldn't have seen it out, it wouldn't have been out the realms of possibility for me. Sam Greenwood start for his set pieces. How can we get this? How can we get to this after 14 months after Bielsa? Ambroth, cheers, mate. Fantastic name. Chatting Leeds, hey mate. I think I know the answer, Connor. But do you think this keeps us up? I really don't think this changes anything. No, mate. I don't. I was listening to Joe speak the other night, and he was saying essentially that even if Leeds don't pick up another point, we could stay up. There's just no chance of that happening. You just got to embrace it, people. Just embrace it. It's easier. It's easier up here. I'm thinking long term. I'm not even thinking of Leeds in the Premier League anymore. So I'm thinking long term. As I said last night about the signings that I would do as soon as I went down to the Championship. I spoke about the ownership model last night. For me, there is no chance Rads gives up his portion. He's going to give it one more go. I think when he's got parachute payments, when he's got market value for his players, he's not taking a £270 loss on Leeds United from the 49ers. The issue then is the 49ers deal to buy Leeds United expires within 6 months. Can he renegotiate a deal? So the 49ers are there for another year, and then if it doesn't work out for Leeds, maybe they'll take over. But they're going to be looking at him thinking, nah, we want to get Leeds back up. With the first chance of asking. We're not just letting Radrizzani do it again and have a good shot at it with maybe a better crop of players and a better chunk of the parachute payments in the first season, a better likelihood of getting up. We're not just letting Radrizzani do it again. If he wants to do it again, we're off. There's no chance, and what I mean by that is we're not taking over Leeds wholesale. So yeah, I fully expect Radrizzani, especially after the message he sent to me, where he's shocked, he's heartbroken, he's this, he's that, he's the other. I'm fully expecting Rads to give it another go in the Championship, which is just a horrendous scenario for Leeds United fans. Ice Bailey says, despite a horrific month, we're not in the drop zone. It might well be that we don't need any more points to stay up. That would be remarkable, Ice Bailey. Forest have still got Southampton to play. Everton have still got Bournemouth to play at home. There are a lot of points that are on offer. And for Leeds to stay in 16th would be the greatest swing you'll ever see in Premier League football, I think. It's just highly unlikely for no other team to pick up wins when you have seen teams in and around us pick up wins. Mark says... the worst thing for Leeds is to stay in the Premiership. We're not even remotely set up this division. Go back to the Championship and rebuild from top to bottom again. I said this last night. Mark, you look like, no offence, mate, but you've been around when Leeds have been in the Championship. The worst thing for Leeds is to go to the Championship, because the Championship is the hardest division to get out of. It's the yo-yo clubs that get out of there straight away. Leeds are not a yo-yo club. Unfortunately, we're too big. We've got too much of a presence in that division. And when we go up to the Premier League, there are going to be too many Premier League teams picking off some of our best players. You look at a lot of these yo-yo teams, they keep the same fabric. They keep the same players. That's not going to happen with Leeds, unfortunately. Hi, Kim, thank you. Dear Connor, great content. However, please don't trash people when they try. Be positive or hold on to faith. Best for the club. You pray. Kim, I think you got the wrong end of the stick, mate. As I said last night, multiple times. I appreciate your donation, but I've said this multiple times. When people do shower Leeds with positives, as if you catch the stream from yesterday, I was saying that it's amazing that people do this. This is literally just my opinion, and I'm saying that I think Leeds are done. there's no hammering down from me. I wish I was as brave a person as you to be turning around and saying Leeds are still going to stay in the division. Fair play. Absolutely not. It's the worst scenario I could think of. But yeah, listen, I think there's when we're talking about Big Sam, I think for 4 games it's okay. I just think the depiction of where Leeds were to where we are now, to say he took West Brom down a couple of years ago, to say that this is almost the PR media level of what Leeds are going to be, and almost like other teams are going to be laughing at us now, with the drubbing that we've been getting. We're bringing Big Sam in. It just follows that archetype of a relegated club, doesn't it? I mean, when was Big Sam, to be fair to him, properly relevant? Sunderland, 2010. It's just such a damning indictment, I think, on the club. But listen, he might come in for 4 games and save Leeds. Andy says, Everton fan here, I think we're both down. I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. NFFC says, Connor, love the way that you said West Ham, Everton, Villa, same category of clubs, but didn't include Forest as part of that list. Yeah, I don't know. In my head, Forest, to be fair, mate, when I was growing up, you got to think I was a 90s kid. Forest weren't sort of like up the echelon, up at the sort of like top 10 echelon of the Premier League consistently. Obviously, Forest were at the Premier League for so long. 23 years, I think it was, wasn't it? So, yeah, I didn't really, when I was growing up, I didn't really see that, to be honest with you. But yeah, Forest are a big club. Still don't think you're as big as Leeds, but that's just bias, isn't it? Connor, lad, what has this come to? Bielsa to Big Sam in 15 months. If you're just doing that, get Scoobs back. And Dave, I think it's a really good point, because the issue is that they've still not sacked Gracia. I mean, we've been drubbed by Bournemouth 4-1, and they've still not sacked Gracia. That should have been done on the night, and a new manager should have been brought in. But we know with this club that they take the absolute biscuit. So when Leeds are looking at playing Man City, which we are very, very soon, Big Sam or whoever it may be needs the biggest chance that they're going to get. And once again, it is Tuesday at 8:48, and we still have no indication that Gracia is going to be sacked. We've heard the rumours, but then, are they trying to line up Allardyce? That can't be difficult. What we're going to do, break him out of his William Hill contract? I'm sure that'll be fine. But yeah, overall, guys, it is just... If Allardyce is the manager, he should be with the side now, shouldn't he? He should be with the team right now working. But Allardyce, if he is going to be hired, will be hired on Thursday or something like that. But I think for me, it's just because to the general public as well, you want your team to look professional, to look really good. And I know this would be an appointment till the end of the season, but isn't it just an absolute shambles how this has been handled? Javi Gracia, it took about 7 weeks for Leeds to appoint him. We went for Arnie Slot. We went for Iriola. Was never going to happen. And we are where we are right now. I mean, is he going to make that much of a difference? It's putting a huge plaster over the already bleeding cut, isn't it? So, yeah, I don't know. Morning, Connor. This squad needs a kick up the backside. You're not wrong, Gordon. Hannah says, if we go down, we won't get what we've paid for some of these players. We've paid ourselves. What we've paid ourselves is hilarious. People ain't as idiotic as our board. Facts, Hannah. Absolute facts. People will be laughing at us. Big Sam says CJJ, fully out of touch with the modern game. Honestly, putting him up against Pep, give me strength. I know CJJ, and this is for the people who are saying, this is it's only for 4 games, but it's the image, isn't it? It's the image of Leeds United. We were supposed to be this club who never went near that. We'd be laughing at a West Brom. We'd be laughing at a, whoever employs Big Sam and Sammy Lee. It does feel gone almost to the days of where we were just an absolute joke. an absolute joke. The days of, Darko Milanic, Neil Warnock. It's of the same fabric as Neil Warnock, isn't it? It really is. It's bring him in and keep us in the division. But yeah, you can't. It's the planning, isn't it, and the prep of the club. They're doing this with Man City, Spurs, Newcastle, and West Ham left to play. They're not even if Big Sam, I can't believe I'm saying it, but if Big Sam is to come in, they're not even giving him a chance. They're not even giving him a Fulham. They're not even giving him a Palace. They're not even giving him a Leicester. They're giving him, especially with West Ham's turn of fortune at the minute, and they look like they're right back on it. 4 extremely tough games to come in and get something out of. And they're just, once again, it's chancing. It's chancing it and saying, we'll bring him in and he'll be able to, maybe he'll be able to do it because he said on William Hill's show that he turned Leeds around. That's good enough for me, the media mogul. I'll go hire him. That will have been the vetting process. The fact that Rad's has seen him on William Hill saying he'd have got Leeds out of trouble. I guarantee it. And that's where we are right now. And what's this going to look as well to the future manager? What's it going to look like? If I'm a future manager and I'm looking at Leeds right now and I've turned round to Leeds, again, like about 4 other managers have done and said, no, I'm not coming right now with the dire straits you're in. I'll look at it next season. If I look at Leeds United and they've hired Sam Allardyce and I'm like a professional coach next season, I'm thinking, oh my God, wow, is that how they go about things? Wow. Is that the level, Sharpie? Warnock sorted Huddersfield Town out. Hey, it could be us, and listen. There is bearing in mind Huddersfield were in the Premier League for 2 years. They were mismanaged, and now look at them. That can easily happen to Leeds United. Stoke City, another one. There are so many examples. QPR in the Championship. So many examples where it is a graveyard, an absolute graveyard for clubs who've been mismanaged. That is why I'm terrified of going down. But Leeds need to get the house in order, people, quickly, really, really quickly. But Big Sam coming in looks likely, looks easy. So listen, it is what it is. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. Please let us know in the comment section below after the video what you think. You can still make donations to the channel after the video's ended if you hit the thanks button, and I really appreciate that. I will shout you out on the next video if you do that, so thank you so much. There's additional content on the Patreon. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe always, guys. We'll be back with the debrief tonight where we'll be discussing Big Sam, Leeds United's predicament at the minute, and all the other good stuff. Guys, have a good one. I'll see you in a bit.